But I think we can ask a question, and I want your opinion. Why is it that the single motherhood rate in Black America went from 25% to 75% over 50 years, where America did become less racist?
What, like, why did it?
Yeah, so what caused Black America to go from one of the strongest nuclear family communities in the country to now the weakest by far?
I can't answer your
No,
question.
that's okay. No.
I had a wise man once tell me, all good things come to an end. Welcome to the only show that showcases that our past is definitely worse than our present, yet our community tries to showcase how poor our future really is. I'm your host, Rich Future, and today we're going to be talking about Charlie Kirk, a leader in all communities who was assassinated by a person who was definitely leaning towards one side of the country's ideology. And sadly enough, we have some people out there celebrating a man who was killed not only in front of his wife and his children, but yet his denouncers and his supporters in front of a mass audience. Yet there's still people out there that have these vile things to say.
There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot. Oh,
well, breaking news, folks. Seems somebody just took a shot at one of the Fanta-Fastest favorite 5-mile wide mouthpieces, Charles Chuckle Kirk.
Now, I want to point out a few things. Number one, the people you just saw celebrating this man's death, they all look like they can't wait to die. Most of those people, they look like when they die, there'll be no one to decide if they should be cremated or buried. All of those people, they look like when it's Thanksgiving, when it's Christmas, no one is there to argue with, to share a gift with, to share thoughts with. So they go online to try to get a quick pop. This world has gotten so crazy for attention that it's gotten cheaper by the second. And the people have gotten to say and do some of the craziest stuff you'll see online. Not only that, but you have to ask yourself, why is it so many white people celebrating another white man's death? I'm not saying that everyone needs to be a nationalist. Everyone needs to represent the race that they were born as. But why is it we don't see mass amounts of African American people celebrating his death? Yet we'll see mass amounts of Caucasian people celebrating this man's death. Yet African Americans kill each other the most in most major cities, yet African Americans are the ones who call for safety and protection, and they want the hood to not be labeled the hood, but in an actual neighborhood and a community, but yet there'll be mass amounts of Caucasian people screaming to defund the police in their neighborhood. It's crazy that Charlie Kirk actually wanted it to be equal for all, similar to Martin Luther King, except he was the new generation. And some people would say, oh, don't compare him to Martin Luther King because he was white and came from a more privileged background than some of us African Americans. Well, there's a lot of people, no matter the race, that come from worse backgrounds than us African Americans. And some are praised and some are demonized. And I just don't understand how this world does not comprehend that there is evil versus good. It does not matter the politic that you are trying to act as it is a religion, is what you believe in and what you're talking about ultimately for the greater good or for evil. And I think, and this is why I follow Charlie Kirk, and I didn't follow him completely, like, I don't follow any man besides Jesus Christ. But I spent some of my time looking at some of his videos over the time of my life and agreeing with most of his points. And not just agreeing, but laughing at some of the disagreements and some of the challenges on both ends of the sides. I like the banter. I like seeing people challenge their mind and challenge themselves and to see what they could understand more. It wasn't all about who can convert who. It was about having discord. And yet we wanted to kill a man who wanted to have discord because ultimately and honestly, most of your points made no sense, and it showed that there's a lot of ignorance and idiocracy in the evil that you believe in, because they're only targeting the people who refuse to educate themselves. Because somewhere in our lives, we were conditioned that it was okay not to educate ourselves. And people like Charlie Kirk, who was pushed into education due to his privilege, wanted to teach people that, hey, you don't have to go through ultimate education and go through all the education such as college and vocational schools and other things like that, but you can still educate yourself and be an ultimate spirit on this earth, and also mentally challenge the other spirits on this earth to be greater than what they are today. But yet we had to kill him. And that's why I say he's a comparison of Dr. Martin Luther King, because Martin Luther King had the exact same message. The delivery was different.